We are here gathered to this special press conference. I call it special because we are here under the leadership of the Lamin Village Development Committee. We also have one of our affiliate committees, that is the Sports Committee of the Lamin Community and beyond, overseeing sports activities in Lamin and beyond. They are part of, some of them are part of the Village Development Committee. We also have in our midst football or sports stakeholders seated behind here. We want to invite the press, and we are very grateful that the press also has answered our call to preside over this special press conference. I will just give a brief introduction, but our Village Development Committee Chairman, Jame Boja, will also dilate, and the Sports Committee will also have something to say. But just to start with, the venue we are doing this press conference is called Site 3, which is a property of Lamin that was leased to the then Agriculture Department, to be specific, the Agricultural Research Unit. Then it was not NARI, it was under the Agriculture Department. It was just a unit under the Agriculture Department. It was leased to enable them conduct trials here. That lease got expired, and the area was formally handed over to the community of Lamin, because it's the community of Lamin that gave them this piece of land to conduct trials. Ever since, we've been trying to get funding to put up at least a football field here, because currently, if you know Lamin, the football field that we have is not up to standard, and we cannot call it even a football field, because during the rainy season, erosion affects the area, and even during the dry season, the place is with sand all over, so we cannot. And Lamin is growing, and Lamin is one of the major football venues or zones in this country. In fact, it's becoming very popular. I think in every year we have registered football teams up to what, 24 within Lamin and the surrounding villages, all the way. Even came people, they came youths also register here. So we saw on the social media postings to indicate that one Suku Singhateh have been allocated a big land here, big portion of land within this area, called Site 3, and they even went further to post the documents justifying the allocation of that. So we are here just to defuse that allegation, to defuse, to say that nobody has the right to come to the lands here and allocate land without the knowledge of our elders and the knowledge of the youths. And we were planning, in fact, I even forgot, we have the master plan. I forgot, I wanted to bring it. A master plan of this area, demarcating a mini stadium, a clinic, a post office, a fire and ambulance service station, a market, garage, and all those amenities were depicted in that master plan. We still have it. And it is currently, even the original document is within the Physical Planning Department in Brikama. So let me pause here to say that that's the purpose of us gathering here. To say that whoever is claiming ownership of this land, we are refuting to that allegation, and we will stand by the ownership to say that we are the bona fide ownership of this area, and we will take it any level to make sure that we have the place. You will see later on, we have started demarcating the multipurpose sporting complex that we have, the area that we have allocated for that. You will see, and then you can take pictures. Without wasting time, I think I have to hand over to the president, chairman of the Lamin Village Development Committee, to make his remark.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary General. I nearly said General Secretary. It's actually the same. Mr. Yusufa Gomez, members of the VDC, members of the Lamin Sporting Fraternity, members of the press, and our well-wishers. Like the Secretary General rightly said, we are here today to defuse the allegations that this land belongs to an individual. If you would allow me to give you a short history, a synopsis of what happened here, that will give us an insight into who owns the land. This is Papa's land. In 2015, precisely, this land was returned to us. 2014, 2015. It was returned to us when the former president, Yahya Jammeh, was in power. The lease expired, and I think it expired at the time that Hassan Salah, the late Honorable Hassan Salah, was Minister of Agriculture. Ismaila Sambu was the local government minister. Yes, thank you. Ali Jammeh was the Minister of Youth and Sports. This land was the lease expired and it was returned to the community. Like the Secretary General said, with a sketch plan and the infrastructure that was to be built in this area. He mentioned fire service, stadium. I remember a letter to Gamworks from the office of the president. Yes, for the stadium to be built for the youth of Lamin and the environment. There was supposed to be a fire station, a skilled center, and name it, a lot of things, market and so on.
Women's wing of prisons.
Yes, a women's wing of the prisons. These were all proposed for this area, but it was returned to the community. If the lease expires any time, it is returned to the community. One day, we took ownership of this, and one day we were called to attention that some people were here laying bricks. We mobilized some members of the VDC, came running here, 2015. We came running here and we found bricklayers here. We asked them, who sent them? And they said Nari, somebody from Nari. No need to mention the person's name because to me it is irrelevant. We told them to pack up and leave. And they obeyed. They took our word and they left. But after some time we said, look, we don't have the means to fence this area. When these guys come again, let's leave them to fence it. And after fencing, we will take the land because it belongs to us. The land belongs to the people of Lamin. Fortunately for us, they fenced some part of it. We had some skirmishes with them. We met several times and then pushed them off and they left the land. We were thinking of how to develop it according to the scheme from the office of the president. It took us some time. Then fortunately we took the matter up again, and then the community said, go ahead and develop the place. We thought of different things in here, even a garage, national garage. We're thinking of to give it to the Brikama Council to put up a garage here that the entire country can use, just like the central car park in Dakar. We are thinking of that. We have discussions held on this in the Ministry of Interior, in the Governor's Residence, Brikama, in the Brikama Council. So we are working on that. And this field is paramount to us because we need recreational facilities here in Lamin. The one we are using now is too small. Lamin has developed into can I call it in the Gambian context, a metropole. Now, after some time, we had this tussle with Nari. Nari left because we said this is our land. We are not going. We are not living it. Another unfortunate day, we were relaxing at home with our families. Somebody called us and said, "Look, we have seen some people digging a borehole here." That was some 3-4 months ago. As I talk, it should be about 3-4 months. And we attacked the guys. The VDC attacked the diggers. And they told us, unfortunately, that they were sent by Suku Singhateh to dig a borehole in Lamin. We told them to leave. And if they come back here again, we will have an incident worse than the Faraba one. And we are very blunt about that. No need to hide. We went to the police station and gave a statement there to the officers there. They called Suku on his mobile often times, and he never responded. In one of the calls, a boy answered and said, Suku is gone to the State House. It was all a threat for us to fear the State House and say, no, we are not going to, no, let's leave it since Suku goes to the State House. But no, we were held bent on it when we told the station officer, categorically clear, we made it clear to her, we own this land and we are never going to give it up for anything. What is most unfortunate is, how can government take a community land this vast and give it to one individual? As compensation for what? That's very unfortunate. We wrote a statement in the police station, and we left. We started work on this area. Unfortunately, again, we saw yesterday. We saw on the social media, what's on Gambia, that this land, because they saw some people working here and they didn't know who they are. The guys working here were our social football committee members. The members of the football committee were working out here because we cleared the land. We have the funds, some little funds, to start developing this place, thanks to the VDC and some of our guys out of the country, the UK chapter. They sent some money and they said we should start it. So when they saw these guys working here, that triggered the discourse again. Someone posted on What's on Gambia that Suku Singhateh owns this land. It was given to him by the Minister of, I don't know, local government. And yes. And posted the letter. That letter was signed by my very old good friend, Kebasise, Director of Lands. Former Director of Lands. Yes. Very unfortunate. How can the authorities just wake up in the morning, take their coffee, sip on their coffee, and then take a vast chunk of land from a community and allocate it to one person? That's most unfair. The alcalde doesn't know anything about it. The Bulunda, the village elders don't know anything about it. The VDC doesn't know anything about it. The sports committee, the beneficiaries have never heard of it. So we got puzzled and we said, look, we need to fight back. We cannot relent. We have to make sure that what belongs to us comes to us and is owned by us. That's why we called you, gentlemen, to send the message to the authorities that we should protect our laws. Every country in Africa, I will not go that far, but in our own country, we have traditions and cultures, customary laws and whatever. We have them, and we need to respect them. Land ownership, land belongs to the communities, not even the village or the town. Communities own it. If they give their land to their sons and daughters to utilize, who is Jame Bojang to sit in an office somewhere else and say, look, I have the authority, I will abuse the law and give it to Kuru Konjira? Yes, Kuru is not Gambian. is from Cabo. But it is most unfair to give it to one person, not even somebody who is like, they take the land, the minister takes the land and gives it to me as an individual. Community's land, you give it to Jammeh Bojang, it's most unfair. It's not fair. So we said we need to sit down with the press, send the word. We don't want any confrontation over our land. We have enough. I can recall some couple of weeks, some couple of months ago, 1.5 months too, when the Alcalo of Yundum, Usman Bojang, called on the president or called on the government to protect Kombo lands. The simple story is that Kuru's father has left him with a bank full of millions, bank account full of millions. My father, poor farmer, died and left me with only a piece of farming land. Is it fair for Kuru to use his millions to usurp my land and render me poor or poorer? It's most unfair. So in such cases, government needs to protect the landowners. Like some people cry around Africa, appropriation of land without compensation. We don't want that. We need appropriation of land lawfully. That's what we're talking about. Government takes the land, builds a hospital, we have no problem. Government takes the land, builds fire service, we have no problem. Like we offered part of this land to Brikama Council. We made it clear. We gave it to Brikama Council to have a car park for the entire country. That's a pride for us. The central car park is in Lamin. That is more than a pride for us. If I sleep, if I die, I will rest in perfect peace if it happens in my times. But what is not fair can never be fair. Gentlemen, members of the press, this is what we have. We are sending a message, very clear message, and in fact put it in the context of a warning. We will never give up this land for anybody and for anything. We will never. You know, some people will remember when we went to the police station for the first time, we reported this there. I told the station officer, I want to be the Kensara Wiwa of the Gambia. All of us are ready to die for it. We don't want to get to that. We want government to protect our lands. This is what we have. We cannot go to Wuli and Sandu and claim land there. I can't do it. He cannot do it. We cannot, because the land there doesn't belong to us. What is most unfair is for Kombo lands to be state lands. Why? State lands, the government is not ruling over Sandu. Sandu land should be state lands too. I'm not trying to be unfair. I'm just trying to say we should be equal in the eyes of the law. We should be. Well, gentlemen, that is our take on it. We are calling on government to intervene before it gets to a crisis point. We don't want it. What government calls for now is development. We are all putting our hands on deck to work with government and develop our communities. You know, our communities. We want to send this message, and we call on the president and his cabinet to look at the dynamics of land and help protect them for the communities. The very communities that vote for them, the very communities that put them in power. Yes, elections have gone and come and gone, but there are more to come. Protection of the people should be the essence now. So, gentlemen, members of the press, thank you so much for coming. I'm sure we will take questions later on if you have them, but we want to have some few others to also talk on behalf.
We have one more from the sports committee and the sports committee.
Auspicious day. My name is Yusuf Asanya. I serve as the head of competition under the Lamin Sports Development Association. Here today, I speak on behalf of my president. Now we come to the center itself, the ingredient that has to bring this town to the light of this country, which is a recreational center in the name of sports. Like they mentioned, fire service centers, very important. These are things that we need on a surrounding. I have a lot of push and pulls with some bankers, some tellers. Whenever I am writing a withdrawal or a deposit, I write Lamin Town. They are like, boy, Lee do yan Nekulen Town, yan village yan. I said, hey, tell me what Lamin has lacked. We got this land. It is very big. We can have about 3 stadiums in this land. We have started, but not a list of a 200 by 200 perimeter that will start with a mini stadium for this town, which will have to involve a volleyball court, a basketball court, a sports center, recreational center for kids, for the youths. You know what? To deprive themselves from drug usage and then get themselves involved in what they call sports. And then this is part of health. When you go to the CRC convention, the Convention on the Rights of the Child, it talks about some articles. The article, the right to live, the right to play, the right to eat, the right to enjoy yourself. I mean, does it mention poverty? No. Because even the poor one can be richer than you. You can be in a hut and then you play and enjoy yourself in the most prestigious ground. And that makes you who you are. Presently, we are seeing some poor kids enjoying themselves in UK Got Talent. When you see where they live, you will nearly shed tears. So why not the youths of Lamin to umbrella what they have? This is what we have. We're not gonna joke with it. We want to make sure that we have a ground that the youths will enjoy and to enjoy for the rest of our lives. The future is ours. I might not say much because I have my elders here, but just to cut the long story short, we will get what we want while we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Follow me control drobita the chairman of Lamin VDC camp, Secretary General and the VDC member Min Baby Jam, the president of the sports committee and other secretary, and then residents of Lamin. First of all, Ntomu Bakari Bojane Bol Mojamail Lom Babailel. Bi alhamdulillah nyimbe ngominto abenkumo yata bakele. Katung mfana nga mwele nga kumo jengaje suffering social media WhatsApp Gambia kulung mojamail kumanda kolal. Bari mimbe keling so min se kumo min dobandung fono nyin kenola kuoto. We are in full picture ngalo fengo fembe keling fengo fembe tabika ngabelone. Kabrim follow nyin dula ko mata nyameng ngalone mini ba koto ngalone. Bari komi moli min ki jere ka dante man sakunda toyala fo man sakunda ya kalamuta ba foy ma kalamuta bar mimbe kerim bin sa do bandingo fo kamin fo ngamin je social media bala kayta diko kabin 2022 le ya indra di sukula nde follow nte attest no la ko wo mu kula de mi yalon ka man soto katum 3 months ago le suku ya kuma kanyin ko pour ka lise ba liso tata ya block le nyindula tata ya kuma fo a liso tata fa futa dulato ministry villa futa dulato liso ya block ya bundi back to lands we are because nyindula flo Lamin nom aning tanje nyindula flo suku be nyindula le dokang anding I mini chika ko bi ye mini fo nyanta mini solo je ngabelone bari man futa wato pour ko dol ko kumo doli fo ntoli manke bi ntoli min beje de nga longo kele ntarta department of the mi alonko ye kulo na about when it comes to land gonta min je de ngado ko ke brikama ere council from 1996 ngado ko ke up to 2010 le nata fonyo kombo kele ku jama biye ngalonne nga kombo keno ku jama biye ngalonne andung mini dolbe do ko la jamal to ngal longo ke jele nim femmata min mun tol tati dim malo modol be kibaro futa dilal nale nyin dula bring nata janga moy nun ko suku molla bi jag do ko tol futa ko fo nata janni nga min tara jang bowol mi ye bowol motolon di jang ntenga fa categorical clear ko nyin dula ya di la men funding kelle la pour la balabo nyoto feke dula nin nata jang nim wol nata nga tara jang momoy bowolo sidi jang folo moto ba min be bowol si wala folo ba folo la wala min kela faraba wo nyongo min be kela jawol be feke dal because tol batatale la men to ga keno min dia siatale ye airport ye min bi la men da keno kono ye la men da keno kuntule la men contribute to that abu ko de chori saf la men keno lam la men toli yaje kele jamal bi jam yalla ko mansa kunda ye tajana hani ka sukuro min ferja la men keno lam nsita la nga moy nga tere mobe bungolo je ka a soto mo le bulu ofi ndolbe nga domani wala wo keno soto nyame so ni wo kene jambi nyin kene kilimo nyabe lo min kan jang amma yena ya tika mo kilimo la woyna lo kabe housing estate la kala jang indla makle ya makle almost 500 plots kada ka di mo kilimo pour ko ka mu ka kundung into lan ka ke residential di ya di mo la waya wafu ku jama bi ngal min be ko ko bari ngamin fo man futa wo diam watoto pour man sakunda sakala mo dol bi je e ke dante ka fo man sakunda fo man sakunda la kala mutaro bi je la bang fo la kala mutaro man tarake bar bi naaje ñing nga ñim press conference commandi pour press min mun tolni wole linkti ka yiten ka kibaro bondi jang man sakunda sa moy mimbe lamen kol fala bulu ko ñing keno comme na chairman ya fo ñame ani ndo mimbe be siri jang mañin keno lin ala ko ni chaahanola momo ndale ko be keno le be keno le talan tol bulu woñama ya di individual la même ga saterinte de amake ko dalulu sateti la ben la population of we are more than 50,000 so bi yena o ciga di mo kilo jani abe satete ma jang wote kede nim man sakunda le data kudo kay koy nyanda fene keje mi yalon ko community le na fala bije will consider those bare yena di mola aya muta kundu kuda ke housing estate ani mi fonte jahali ko mimbe sketch o bala ntenga I see the sketch ko this land ya soto from Candlelight family farm Lamin man ya jamel man kele so Lamin man kele di janna nyin keno lu Lamin ya list no agriculture ya bringa tala fo liso banta ya bundam back to Lamin ali fali bi jande ministre bengoto bringi ba burundi le kan mod bi jande mini ya kalamuta ntole na man kele di ya jamela nena ma di Candlelight family farm la so bini wo sita wala sketch don tol kana moy ko keno nyin sukula on his sketch the sketch plan showing a land at Lamin owned by Candlelight family farm now to be transferred to Sukula company. Wo kula de mi yalon ko we are not fools. Manke nyama di nyama ma andu ngalo mi be kedi banko kan. So for man bansa kunda ya kalamuta la bang fo ma kalamuta. Ntoli gamin for we are not here to put ni mo confrontation but na jartale we are ready for it. Because nga kuja mabje nga kisikisiro ke nyunkola de ngalo mini ba koma ngalo le moldo bijel mi anko loyal lom ye kenol kutuel 50 by 100 ye promise ala nga belone we all the names are with us but when it comes to that time ma told the follow but when it comes to that time what will fana be folale so what dalilo kan wala nga press command mini be sirin jang kabo sport committee kada the VDC alin Lamin political mi be bulundala representative mo bi be jang kata Lamin dingol min bebi jang nyinno moti min yata jang badnata nun kudo be ye mammi sute ndakuna nyi filo to jang ndakuna buru sa masa kunda sa kalamta ko na chiaba na min fo ya kata molla fe mu minti ya protect ye mo sindi office de mi alon ko wama odula imela adole imela chosana bang ile history long wo kenol ko imala history long it is sitting you just take a pen and sign ya allocate yes ye mo la lan mu ka allocate bo nyama ko panketo lo o te kala no we can what kala no wo dalilo kan wala na bi anyin kumata bake president tarajang anim ngati nganda kumo fo mansa kunda en kamo moy ko nyin keno Lamin call they are ready to go any length now banjel because bimbije nim mansa kunda le mim adoya fam warata ite be mo la sate ma ibe mo la keno mala VDC ma kalamut sate alkalo ma kalamut ala bulunda ma kalamuda nga sinka moy koy kay nyin kuntu mo le jale wamu hormanta yalati Let's just call a spade a spade. Hol man tayalom. Ngamin tere jang bunyalom. Mote wula modo le sate to yeta je yekeno ma jani nyamata. You won't do it. Niake je jani be bolo keno to ita fulo nyana. So muna ne sai nyadu keten tolla. Ne kenen di oken ni yatika mo ya di mo le ka ke estate oti. Na la fek estate le apote de ma ita estate suku de ma ita estate loje. Ita estate loje. Banto nyi land mi fele jang. Ngari sa for development of Lamin. Abole kanjang Lamin kamanta bulo la jang as a residential ngatu janne pour bintol nga generation solo min kana. For janning generation upon generation min bina ninga nyin land boda mul soma ninga development so basa mala mun tole. We are ready to protect this land. Masa kuda dukare ni akalam de nyin land. Nge dan ye land bula nye blado jibe. Because a janne ma anin tanje. Ngabe londe we know. We know. Bantoli dala fe ata tanje bar jang hani. You
people are threatening that something, what happened in Faraba might happen here. I don't know whether you've gone through all the protocols. Ministry of Lands, did you approach them? Did you approach Suku himself? Because sometimes Masakunda can be used as excuse is they did not knock any door. They did not talk to us. And sometimes Masakunda coming for all lands belongs to the state. So Albert Suku to Fokanyambake. Suku Kamta, he's a powerful politician. He used to be APRC, but I think now he's NPP. Who knows if the government is the one backing him? Did the Lamin VDC approach Ministry of Lands, not a cattle fintra minyal they are signed according to you people if intra social media as keno lisol bije cattle bije. It seems a lot diamo be kono mammo yako nga nying approach le ndiam ta nyele ndara minister yale ndara lands le ndara permanent secretary yale. Don't you think almang lot of effort ke janal be usol guard la ka foy ko min ka faraba alga fananki
wi ni aje nga nyinke man la fi ay sumaya ko e sumaya kunun nga nyinje social media nte kabirin kunu somanda fo wuraro nyongol fanan bijang mol mi alon koy manke Lamin kolti Lamin terol lem ibe mol message la ibe mol nyinin kala ntol fanan kombe press conference fanan kumandi lale nyin kaytol fighter social media nyami we are going to refute wo kaytol la Kenya la, and in this also a warning coming for after we can follow up, but we said let's just do this press conference ka kumo nyin clear ka doubt nyin clear mol la mind sol kono ko nyin keno mo tante Lamin ne tamu kayto raboto na hani dunia ko fenko santo. We are ready to challenge them and we will make a follow up.
Nin land ko ntatele all to all these ministries, governor Sepoya, Kaitol Safeta.
This particular one?
Yes.
Even this one. The last time we had to call a prominent son of the land, Bua said to intervene. Bua called the minister and they will put a halt to this case. But it's on. I called him, but I got the message that he's in Switzerland to inform him about the press conference. But Lamin are very resolute on this. But we have spoken to everybody in the establishment, other than the president.
Okay.
We have.
Okay, next one.
Okay, Mr. Kamara Yinkaro Minke, Kafuko for ministry or order to Ndamara Kuoku follow Dulalaba. Ntol kabiri nyinko keta na nyinkar follow keta daminte andu ngamira ko fengo fenyanta kala sate ko yanta follow la wala alkali ate kabiri ntol nga alkali nyininka alkali ko tol nene ma nyindi mola andi ma di mola ngam fonyo because ite fen sotola no sate to ni alkalo ma nyomoy so woda ma en tol la ko fale aman necessary nga paso jo ngata dula do ngata modo nyininka the best person moment ntara wala nyininka o kama fen kala mutaje son sita. That's all. The other things you look at me for them, Kamol column, the Malka Diam and so forth, but officially, Alcalo Muntola, Najako, Momo Yanta Femofen Sotola, maybe follow Alcala. So Nima Soto to do a maso. Wola and Tulsi.
I can inform transfer of ownership.
That's it.
Transfer of ownership, original document. And this Sukube just Sotola, and yet follow the Lamin Alcalola. That's the original document. Bepare Ninka Minfo. We've written series of letters to the Minister of Agriculture, the former ministers there. the Minister of Local Government about this land. Yes. I'll be in records.
We met him in person.
Coming back to your question directly. Well, this was way back in 1997, 1998.
It's fine.
When the land was returned back to Lamin, officially, by Uncle Hassan Sala, then the Minister of Agriculture, Alama Alayam Falaye, Aliou K. Jammeh, Minister of Youth and Sport, Alama Alayam Falaye, Ismaila Sambu, Minister of Local Government and Land. There was a meeting, presidential meeting in Lamin. Lamin dung lote daniro ke president la consulta marso because ma marso soto Lamin. Lamin alkal nyinga to president ko aldula nyini nga marso dial. Aldula nyini nga facility be dial. Then Minister of Agriculture co. This land was leased by the Minister of Agriculture before me, and then the lease expired. The land should go back to Lamin. Lota jane jang during the tour, lota bunchilo kan jane jang catch company bena minji sante. Lota jele nim president fang. Aya bulot linjana ko kabo jane kana jang jambe mu land rimian ka list narile a list no. But now it's coming back to Lamin. We made a follow up that very year. I was part of the committee, Jammeh was part of the committee, all of us were part of the committee. Ndara Minister of Local Government, Ndara Minister of Agriculture. Ye later the key Minister of Local Government, the Minister continued Qatar Minister of Qatar President's Office. President's Office nada instruction of the Youth and Sport lako. Sign full al Minister of the Market Lama. Al Stadium at the Market Lama because we need 2 national stadiums. Later but from the President's Office to Gamworks to facilitate Gamworks. Jamedes. To facilitate this construction of a football stadium here. Not only that, that's why the market was moved from town to here. Around there you have fire station. That's where you have Julakela Funkobe Minsan, Julakela Building Minsan. That was earmarked for fire station. Behind it you have a clinic. Then Janama Fong you have area whereby Funko Nyandakela Jatodung Garaso Nyandakela for national issue. So this land was returned to the community before even this current government. This current government the ownership of the land to the Lamin Community was established. Kaitol Bijel Mianko sketch plan all dalatal. Ndol ngani mol by 2015 before 2016 presidential elections. So that means the land now normally officially before this government. So any transaction here nabekela emma VDC ya kalamda or alkalo ya kalamda anu signing alkalo la kabiro ke alkalo transforming the VDC la ko alsula remember ngala njet aladi market bari ya murun intel kan adol dun sula men yawlum to bela na faade ko kayto bentol blokono. So say any ownership claim la kotek I think it should be channeled through the VDC being the custodian of the land, and then the alkali being the head of the local communities. Then land ownership cannot be claimed by anybody. The later from Jameji era up to this era. And when fanana era fan total funding governor sita ning then mem fankerano kabring oje ke agricultural minister dara normal. Ako the land belongs to Lamin. So let the land be used by the Lamin. So that was OJ, the former Minister of Agriculture. So in 2022, you cannot have a land transfer to anybody without the consent of the alkali, without the consent of the VDC, because the land belongs to the VDC now. You know, I
don't think I need a mic this time. No memo. Kebayalo le memo. Even the good gesture from a very good gesture to make sure Gambia Man Stadium Data we met the current minister, Bakari Baji, and all the staff at the ministry. Go Gambia Man land until we have a vast expanse of land here. Is a use now as a national stadium. Because stadium of building. Deep was there. Deep. I am there. Soto. Thank you. Lamin Sano was then governor. And we offered government this land. They did nothing. Fontola Sulo Furatala. Obviously. And we gave him all the documents, the sketch plan and everything. Nada Nambin Sulo Furatala Ngafeng. Niatala Ko Ya Jamela Tamujanti. Kanilai Farms as that is which is propagated.
It's not even
it is propagated, it's not true.
It's not in the list of his property.
It's not true. Ngalon ne ko alkali Baba Yafo Janyama and some other speakers. Ngalon de minu bulo ba koto. Ha ngata nga penket. We over our dead bodies this land will go.
Okay.
So the borehole is sponsoring?
No, man, we stop them. We stop them. Importantly, yalo try chance run na fenkol.
Anun ko ninge taraje mbele ba fengol be janila le. And we are ready to do that. And mo ka ba fengol natila jang. Ye fenke folol minke jang. Ye mune di pipe ni pexol. Lumina nata jang kanyi slow bond. Ye be wutu.
If you go around,
bari moment na
ibe plates dela. Property of
Lamin adula be fenke. Property of Lamin is
demanding olem ñenti lak mu hapunta faraba ay julake watile bari faraban ko ni parallel ñoo buye ñoo faaje ate tata si Cairo kono ñin do momo ya try idunta Gambia dawoda
we'll get you out.
ntol ni parallel ñoo bunda